Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much, Harsh. Okay, then the next lecture will start.
Recording in progress.
So this is the second lecture, problem as inquiry in the brain, research.
そして ADHD に苦しむ女性は他にもいた。
Movie. The
彼
problem
女も
for the
ADHD に苦しむ一
decision
人。
making.
彼女の自宅も衣類やゴミで散乱している。
This is not usual.
その
In
行動を
some
見てみる
cases
と、
that people trying to keep clean the house.
彼女が手に
and
取ったのは
then
電
in
気
this
コード。
cases, she has some specific symptoms.
そしてこの後、驚くべき行動に出る。
This is a TV
片付けられな
program,
い彼女は電気コードを持っていて
highlighting
も、
such a dysfunction.
干してあったレオタードに目が行く。
She's interested
する
in
と
one picture,
電気コードを無
item.
造作に床に置き、
If then she
レオタードを手に取っ
changed a different task,
今度は机の上の花瓶が気になった。
she
する
frequently
と
changed
レ
the
オタードを置
attention.
き、
Then
花
changed
瓶の
the
花をいじり出した。
task. So
次
then,
に鍋蓋をキッチンに片付けようと小脇に抱えたが、
if she's starting
子供の
something
様子に気を取
interruption
られてしまう。
happening, she forgot what she's doing before.
結局鍋蓋は再び置かれてしまった。
So then,
そ
putting
して
something
鍋
on the
蓋のことは
way
忘れて
and
キッチンへ。
pending stage,
その後も
she
様々な
cannot
ことに取り組んだ。
come back again. Then
し
the
かし興味
original
の対
task.
象が次々に変わり、片付けようとすればするほど部屋が散らかってしまった。
very careful person.
毎日がこういうことの
Doing
繰り
keep
返し。
clean in the house, but difficult. This is a situation that called a kind of the symptom, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or called ADHD. Some kind of the other kind of the symptom exists, but this is not the problem in IQ. Okay, there are so many people that have a very high level of the intelligence and or high IQ, or the mathematical question or some language, the learning ability is very advanced. But some kind of the social activity, just say keep clean in the house, or some repeatedly change the some kind of task in the daily life, then they cannot manage. That's why the people are very serious, because they are aware and intelligent. That's why they are concerning such a dysfunction. This is one of the processing, the pathway from the brain. If you try to grab something, such an information from the detecting the finger muscle, then this is the one symptom. This is the one information. If the person to see some items, this information the processed in the LGN and transmitted to the visual cortex, and then detecting such as some structure or edge or shape, and in B1, B2, B4, and then if it's related to some specific task, prefrontal at the cortex react for the decision making, then transmitted the signal for the motor control. The motor control signal transmitted the spinal cord, then the transfer to the finger muscle. It takes 200 milliseconds in the total. This is the kind of the process we are doing every moment. That's why, such as the previous lecture, some kind of symptom, we cannot do such a kind of normal or ordinary activity because of the damage of the brain, even small portion. This is a point. That's why I'm emphasizing such understanding 3 aspects, the organizations, especially in the relational systems. Function, not only simple information level, but representation, the quality. Or we may try to apply such an interactive and communicative the way. So then this lecture focusing on the information, the representation part. Just one. So to know the information, the representation, firstly, I would like to start this problem, the puzzle. Okay, reaction. Please raise your hand the reaction at the Zoom if you recognize which animal it is illustrated. Okay, raise your hand. No, you do not. Difficult? So, okay. You know this or this? Which bird? Put in the chat.
Figure 2.
Figure 2. Which animal? What is that animal is?
It's a dog.
Yes, true. In fact, yes. So if you can see that the figure 2, the dog is right. Okay, this is Dalmatian, I guess. This is a dog here, or they are birds, I guess. Okay, can you see this? Difficult? But you can see here easily. Yes. This is a dog. Even the dot is moving. Okay, this is a very lack of information, but our brain can process to extract, oh, meaning of the dot. Maybe this dog is running. Other pictures of the dog, in fact. This is called Gestalt phenomena. Okay, this is dog. Okay, this is very interesting. You know, these are Google, right? This is a big company now. And now I'm relying on the Google Calendar or Google Gmail or some other things. Yes. Why people design this? The balance, dominance, contrast, color, and shape. So many designers try to think about the best impact design. This is related to the Gestalt phenomena, in fact. Okay, this is a 5-way. You can use the Gestalt principle for the powerful image. Okay, this is the Gestalt psychology. It's a visual perception study developed by the German psychologist. Okay, this is a very early stage in 19 and 20. And the word Gestalt is a mean that a unified whole. Even if it goes, okay, you can see G very quickly. This is called closure. Even if there's some lack of the information, you can understand this is okay, the part of the G. Proximity. If it's aligned some specific rules, you also can see this is a kind of structure. That's why, oh, this is the E. Continuation. Even if there's some lack, but then you can recognize this is a continued, the line. Similarity, if you are seeing this pattern, this and this are quite similar very quickly. And if it's connected, you can clearly see this is a letter, okay? This is a figure and ground. You can eliminate other part, the focusing on the A here. This is function of the brain, in fact. And then also the power of the impact. Okay, people see TikTok or Facebook or some other the image item, Instagram, something. Okay, people all react some interesting the image. This is the kind of the power of the commercial. Low the proximity. Okay, this is the line. We can see, oh, this is only dot, but we can recognize the line. This is the kind of the commercial designed product. Then you can okay interested in some design. Then interested to buy these things. The law of similarity. This is a low similarity said. Okay, the brain perceives the object, the common element. Oh, this is a square and circle, square, circle, square, circle. Then you can highlight, oh, this is the two objects. This is used in the picture. Then so many type of the image, then you can see some border here because of such the similarity with other images. Law with closure. This is a famous logo on the WWF or Apple. Okay, you can quickly recognize this is Apple. Okay, this is law with closure. This is a systematic alignment. Then you can see a triangle. Okay, this is the structure of the brain information. Law with continuity. You may recognize this line is connecting, not this line. IBM logo is a kind of the okay, that it's using this rule. Then you can quickly recognize, oh, this is the IBM. Okay. This is a law with the figure and ground. Then you can recognize even if the black and white. Oh, this is a new iPhone, something else. Okay. Then you can see this is the base, white part is the base, or black part is the face. This is a kind of the information and the representation in our brain. You may try to find such a kind of interesting design. Then it's connecting our quality of life. Okay. Some disadvantage or the problem in the brain, some specific children had it's recognized as a problem of the development, learning ability. Then, or some kind of machine can help such a disadvantage. That's why, okay, our engineering scheme or scientific finding helping people or the contributing quality of life. This is also Amazonian forest. I really love beautiful nature. This is an insect attaching into the water. This is a silver arowana. Having big jump. Now you realize why such eyes putting on the crossed head. This big fish seeing the outer world and having big jump to grab their food and the insect, right? It's quite interesting. What kind of system design or control mechanism exists inside the brain and the body? Copula anodi, as I introduced in the beginning, they also have a big jump. But in a sense, different sense of the intelligence, they are helping their own children. It's a tiny egg. Then the father, the mother, and putting it the water and preventing drying condition. Then children comes into the border. This is amazing things. Okay, now question. What is the consciousness? Even tiny fish, brain. They have brain. They try to recognize what's happening based on the action perception, action cognition loops. Predict, they understand. They are thinking about taking care of children. Oh, egg is drying at a very high temperature. That's why I need to help them to put water. This is a sense of the conscious awareness, in a sense, even tiny brain. They cannot explain why they are doing, but a kind of the emergence happening in the loop of the cognition and action. Then robots, okay? Engineer people are interested in the robots. Yes, we are also interested in, then try to develop robot. Then topic is how we can control such a system, finally. In a sense, okay, but human, animal have the intelligence in a sense, not only the control the system, body. This is a famous animals, monkeys, called doing some specific motion. In fact, there's some nuts, and somebody hurt the cord, and then they try to break with the hard the surface here by using some specific rock. This is very interesting, the behavior in the sense of the tool usage. Original tool usage, the monkey or other animal the behavior. This is kind of just an extension of the tool or the body. Then they can use some bars or some leaf something. But in this case, this is the macaque monkey. They are using some specific rock, putting forth very precisely, preventing the falling down the nuts. Okay, they carefully select some specific place of the rock and putting nuts in the center, and then put rock and from the highest places. They are thinking strategy. So I was the computer engineer. That's why I know the computer. Computer and machine is rule-based implementation program designed for the specific purpose. It's set by externally, consistent without any contradiction, not bug. This is a kind of the logical description. But animals, human has an amazing function to think something deeply, sometimes intuitive or generative. Oh, I got new idea. Oh, I found new. Very intuitive, generative, and self-referential. Oh, I made mistake. I was both. You can think about yourself and self-reinvention. Okay, I improve my behavior from tomorrow. Self-reinvention is possible. If something happening, operating system, the computer breaks and doesn't work anymore. Okay, that's why program, operating system. You cannot interfere too much. This is a different, a self-referential intelligence in animal and human. Therefore, yes, I really love Ashimo, right? Ashimo is if you visit Japan, you can see demonstration Ashimo is a Honda company. Honda is a famous car company, provided the car, automobile, and they are providing such a human robot. Okay, you're so interested in seeing the robotic behavior. Then people saying, "Oh, robot is very intelligent. They are bringing the tea or the coffee." But if human, the operator, the worker is standing in the cafe, you're saying a complaint. Oh, I ordered the coffee, not tea. No. I really prefer the milk tea. No. Or oh, you're saying the complaint again and again against the human. People very kind against the robot. The similar kind of things we need to think. A kind of consciousness is possible to implement robots. A kind of conscious awareness, the self-referential property can be embedded in the robot or not. Then we need to ask, what is the awareness? Indeed. Of course, system engineering or control design is very important. So many theory we need to learn, then program or mathematics and implementation, necessary skill, accurate motion control, objects recognition, and matching object, blah, 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 blah. It's very highly important engineer thing, of course. I agree. But besides all that, how we can see robot can think. This is hot summer, very hot. Okay, my friend really liked the cold drink. Very nice. That's fantastic for him, for her. Normally, it is difficult for the Ashimo, just a robot control. You order some motion, then grab some bottle, bring this. That's all. The robot have no pain, no feeling, in fact, no inference. Therefore, I would like to state here, situated cognition and temporal granularity. If you're saying, oh, go to work or go to, work in the office, there's some access time resolution called temporal granularity. Very, very conceptual, working, going, okay? But actual behavior, you need to go out of the home, drive the car to reconstruct the actual other behavior, go to work. If you reach the office, you start checking today's email, make a plan. It's a kind of component, working. More precisely, okay, go out of home. It's organized. There's some specific motion, lock the door, enter the parking space, blah, blah, blah. Check email, connect, associated. Type the keyboard, the print document, blah, blah, blah. But this combination, the motion, not directly represent working, going. That's why how these components mutually connect, or what kind of consciousness combined together to represent some specific concept. It's a big question. Therefore, you need to think about composition, decomposition processes. Go to work, associated, go out of home, drive the car, or catch the train, go shopping. It's very similar group, but different component exist. Therefore, grouping is not directly represent an actual concept, your mission. Actually, if you think about some specific concept or intention, you need to decompose such a primitive action, or a primitive action organize some specific motion, then meet together in the mid-level. So I would like to propose to think about these two processes to know what I'm doing. Okay, this is very important for us. Of course, sensory integration. What this object is, which color, which shape, then you can grab such a target. And simultaneously, you need to think, oh, I'm doing this. Oh, I'm bringing this. Oh, what is this? Ah, what kind of meaning? Oh, some kind of things. That's why there are two levels. Skill to operate object in hand, for example, bottom-up process, composition. But recognition, what I intend. Okay, you can remember cognito ergo sum. Okay, I'm thinking now. Then you can do this mission. This is kind of top-down decomposition. Therefore, even a tiny fish helping children, putting water, they have a kind of loop recognition action again and again. Therefore, we can understand what is happening now. This is highly important. That's why robot is not only the robot to control motion, but also intention or mission or understanding and inevitable. So what kind of the pastor is the bit? This is a famous the roboticists, Rolf Pfeiffer, the group that the people are thinking about the information processing, but more focusing on the mechanical system design, okay, some body dynamics morphology. If it's nice, it finally works well in according to task and environment. Mechanical system have mechanical feedback, movement, internal physical stimulation is generated, and sensory system receive information. Then machine can provide. Try to reconstruct some animals' behavior. But unless intention of the such as self-structuring, central nervous function, some kind of the function exists, but okay, we can omit this. Body design, the morphology is more important. That's why robot can work. This is called embodiment approach. This is the history why this kind of approach arises. Affordance is J.J. Gibson, 1977. Situated cognition and embodiment comes. So embodiment approach is very simple. Environment tells something in agent reacts to the environment. This such a the interaction. It provide some kind of the intelligent behavior with them. That's why such a the very important topic is discussed in the famous journal in the world, science is published. It's a group of the embodiment. And Rolf Pfeiffer, I also met him because he's the supervisor in the program at the QTech in the robotics project. Designing robot, very nice. Okay, we can try. But this is the problem, the morphological computation. Okay, some kind of the morphology or the mechanism can provide similar kind of the function like dog. If you try to compute the same kind of things in the robot, very complex. That's why simply we try to replace the simple mechanism This is a very good or interesting action as an engineer. But how we can think about the biological behavior and natural property. So they argued such as therefore they they provide such a constructive approach. Analysis is very difficult. Okay, unclear mechanism inside. Difficult to reconstruct from beginning. That's why okay, simple mechanism comes to behave some kind of things. This is a kind of embodiment approach and constructive approach. Therefore, they are focusing on this part. Very natural. But I'm rephrase again the function of the brain. No, brain function is very important in parallel. Therefore, I need to think about the mathematical formulation, not only the simple function, but also a kind of time domain dynamical system is highly important. Then we need to solve situated cognition, temporal granularity. Bit complex in the brain's mechanism of the body. Different time scale exists in the body and the control. Spiking neuron that works in the millisecond order, sensory buffer, preserving what kind of sensory information comes from the outside. Neural oscillator. You see that the snake shaking or cat jumping due to the neural oscillator. Neuromodulator related to the emotional, the mood or something. Short-term memory, the second to minutes. That's why working memory is important. Some kind of deficit working memory may have the symptom like the ADHD. Emotion is important to share our pain and joy with others. Mood is kind of trend or the time scales, hours. Long-term memory works a day and a month or more other. Natural movement and muscle physiology works in the second order. Motor learning. It takes time to get some specific activity or the reproduce motion pattern. That's why freezing is related to the system model of the degree of the freedom of the system. This is the kind of the time scale. Then also the hint for the think about our consciousness. We have a kind of explicit memory, but also the implicit memory. And the memory system highly organized. Then, what is the mind time? Is a big question. This is kind of the picture. You need to think about, okay, if you're a driver, your motor behavior control, the height, the training and the long time. That's why you can drive the car very smoothly without any specific intention. But in the case of the this kind of situation, car tried to go out to the main street. You have to avoid the other cars to avoid the collision or the accident. You try to estimate, oh, this car is going, okay, he's waiting. I can go. Some kind of thing. Therefore, such a conscious awareness is very important to recognize what situation is going now. This is kind of the problem, the difficulty. Some kind of the children have the autistic children or the symptom has the ADHD. You try to recognize this shape. Oh, They are playing, no fighting, no discussing something. This is called ill-posed problem. There are no right answer. You try to estimate or add some additional information, then try to estimate what behavior is. This is also what the problem to test the children, the intelligence level. And then this is a very simple animation showing circle and triangle. That's all. But if you see sequentially this. I see. Yellow is bad one, bad guy. So then the red and the blue is escaping from the bad guy, and then entering the room. So then, oh, this is a safe place, something like that. This is a function of the storytelling. This is true or not, it's unclear. Just there, the showing just the combination of picture, but we can provide some kind of new information, then make a story consistently. This is the function of our part of our the intelligence, but kind of the children have the brain problem, have the problem to control this kind of things. This is the situation. Then this is also the kind of the movie. Then try to estimate the behavior. Therefore, the kind of the organization of the brain is connecting the representation information, the quality of understanding. Then it may react to the building, helping motion by machine, the robot. It's connecting. Therefore, we need to think brain-body issue. This is a consistent structure, Gestalt phenomena. This is also the problem, the degree of the freedom. In a sense, we call binding problem. We try to connect different components to represent some specific information. There are so many freedom, but we can specify, this is a G by adding such some specific information. Our brain also flexible. That's why for controlling the body, we have to solve the problem degree of the freedom. What kind of constraint we have to add? What kind of the sequential motion necessary? This is the function of the brain or other nervous system connected together. Therefore, we need to have function, cognition, learning, memory, consciousness originated the brain, I guess. This is a very interesting, such a perceptual, the problem, the motion problem, really consistent, the background, the problem, the degree of the freedom. So therefore, so many application assisted robot has provided some kind of the helping motion. If you can get the muscle activity in the electric voltage in the body or brain, the robot can react, helping the person.
それぞれの個性を抱えながら社会的存在となる道を歩みます。他者と生きることを学ぶ第一歩は親との人間関係。2歳前後になるとごっこ遊びの段階に入ります。さらに大きな喜びをもたらすのは友人を作り関係を持続する能力です。
Now, children and murder trying to
分け合いや協力を学ぶのは容易ではありません。それには情緒的な衝動について理解し、それをコントロールすることも。それが社会的存在となる鍵なのです。キアラは2歳の誕生日を祝おうとしています。
She's 2 years old.
あら、聞こえた？ ドア
First
に誰
day,
か来たわ。
the mother has
マ
to
マが見
go
てきましょう
then
か。
outside.
玄関に出るお母さんは
He is a-
ケーキに触らないよ
Okay,
うキアラに命じます。
touch
食べちゃ
chocolate
ダメ
cake.
よ。
Do not touch chocolate. Are you okay?
果たしてキアラは
If he say,
自分を抑えることができるでしょうか。
But she cannot stop control.
とりあえずケ
Okay,
ーキの飾り付けを続けるキアラ。
but she is thinking, oh, this
で
is
も
the
どう
part
いう
of
わ
the
けか
decoration.
指が深く沈み込んでしまい
I'm
やめ
decorating
ないわけに
chocolate.
はいきませ
I'm
ん。
decorating. But
世界のすべてが子供
occasionally,
たちを手招きし
chocolate,
欲望をかきたてます。
I have to clean my finger separately. I'm not eating.
これは社会性を身につける過程で彼らの心に展開するドラマの一つです。
I'm decorating.
24ヶ月
Oh,
の
I'm
キアラは
decorating.
衝動に
Oh,
完全に
okay.
心を
My
奪われま
finger's
す。
dirty. That's
お
why I
母さん
have
の
to
言いつけをすっ
clean.
かり忘れてしまうのに
I'm not
そう
eating.
長い時間はかかりませんでした。さらにお母さんが戻ってくるとキアラは否定しようもないことを
So
抜け抜
then
けと否定し
mother
ます。
comes back.
あらまなんてこと。
Oh, you eat it.
食べたでしょう。
You eat it.
食べてないの？
He
情緒
said,
的
no,
な
I'm
衝動
not
を抑え
eating.
ること
I'm
が
just
社会性
decorating.
ある人となるのに重要だとしたら、
This is a very interesting point. The intelligence. Okay, we have a kind of game conflict, even in the mind. I want to do this. I cannot do this. This is amazing, the function of our brain, but also a kind of the balance we need to keep a kind of intelligent behavior, even if it's a single person, but also social person.
それぞれの
This is the second topic, the references, the introduction to the computational science. This also help to understand the mathematical. So this is the topic. Then this is the kind of the famous program in Japan.
頑張れるかしら。
The shopping is the first
おさ
time.
えに出す方も出される方も今日が初めてなんです。
She's very intelligent and
コ
she
コロちゃ
learned a
ん、マ
lot
マが握ってくれた
how to
おにぎり
behave
がある
in
の
the
を思い
shop,
出しました。
how to
マ
go
マ
to
の
the
手で握
place.
ったところに手を重
But
ね
this
て。
is the first time for her to for shopping
よし、
alone.
これでパワーが入った。
She's alone. Not getting nervous.
バスは1時間に1本しかありません。バス停までは普通歩いて
Kind of
15
the
分。
okay
お母さんはその3倍の
how you
45
can
分前に家を出しま
make
した。
an intelligent
いつもよ
robot.
り早かった。次
What
の
kind
バ
of
スまで
thing
まだ35
the
分。
robot has to do in the
お母さん
social
はこんな時
context.
のためにバス停前のお店に寄るように言いました。
This is the bus stop. He tried to ask when bus comes. So then the shop master said, "Oh, bus comes."
ちょっとした自慢です。
Now she's proud of herself. I can do everything alone.
買ってる間に時
Then
間
the
調整です。
mother said, "Okay, you can buy some
もう行っちゃうの？
snacks."
いつもならお菓子選ぶのに時間かかるのに。ほんの
So she
5分で
concerning
店
is
を出
the
てきま
bus
した。
stop, the time.
バスが来るまでまだ30分もあります。
She cannot recognize 30 minutes length. Okay, because the bus comes after 30 minutes, but she cannot understand the feeling of how long the 30 minutes is.
何もしないで待つというのがココラちゃんにとっては一番辛いこと。
Then she's
お
getting
にぎり
nervous.
を食べ終わっても。あと何分という時間の長さが分かりません。
This is also the interesting the feeling of the time length.
ラーメン屋のおじさんがこの様子を店の中から見ていまし
Another
た。
master comes helping her.
げえなお前。置いたもね明日ね。バス乗ってこうかなと思ってさ。な？俺見に来たんだよ。
Then she's relaxing and talking with others.
こんじゃね。
Then the guy is saying, "Oh, bus may come soon."
おじさんありがとう。そうしているうちにバスが来ました。
Then finally, bus comes,
バス来てるよ。
but she cannot. She didn't recognize it.
来てるよ。いきなり来られても、ココロちゃんびっくり。
Then she was so surprised at the coming bus, but she is entering.
喜んだのはカメラマンた きでした。
So then get ticket in the bus. In Japanese bus is
お
this
母さんに言われた通
system.
り一番前に座って。
And she's checking the direction of the bus and asking the destination and confirm that the right bus or not. This is very complex behavior we have to do in a society. Okay. Not only did it control the body, but also that we need to think about the difference of the robot, the human. So robot, this is the Asimov's robot behavior. He takes this robot takes the 0 moment point, the method. Then they are behaving this, because of the balancing center of the motion should be allocated in the attaching point, but the human behavior more small. And the normal the motion is like this, and smooth shaking. That's why this is consistent with snake behavior. This is a comparison normal behavior and slow the walking by controlling the body to reduce the freedom of degree. Therefore, some kind of motion is possible by the robot, but it's a kind of static balancing, but dynamical the motion difficult. This kind of motion is very quite difficult. Start dash, stopping, like a sport, side step, and then some kind of tool help people, but not smoothly. There's some common mechanism. Rocking chair is the muscle of the bone. That react this kind of things called rocking chair. This is coming from the nervous system in the bone. This and this. Then this is a kind of the more big mystery of the brain mechanism. Okay, I would like to skip this point. Later I can discuss all the another lecture. Now I'm highlighting the difference of the sensory intelligence in this second lecture too. I also try to explain the motion control topic too. Okay, time for question. Is there any question or comment now? Are you okay? So I stop sharing screen.
Recording stopped.
So I'd like to ask again the participation in the KWM system. I notices the Slack, okay? And then I really want to discuss with you an individual message or the question in the comment, sharing each other or the mutually, okay? I really hope to join. You can see KWM system. I show you here. There's the courses. If you're joining this courses, you can select this 2021 and the fundamentals of brain inspired robotics. And you can assign this course of you. And quite it's still unclear. You didn't join everyone. Still I'm collecting the 9% only. So then you can see it's the class. Then the question lies here. I'm asking your feeling or the against this lecture, and then I can reply to you, and then you can see your learning history in here. I really appreciate the participation here. Okay. So is there any question furthermore? Okay, I'd like to prefer prefer to join okay, please join the Slack and the KWM system and then discuss together. Okay, thank you very much for the kind cooperation and participation. Please.
Yeah, so sir, this is Tanay.
Please.
Sir, actually, I was trying to join KWM system, but the pin was not valid.
Oh, okay.
It was showing some
okay,
error.
I'll show you again the pin. Pin is set it now. I think just modified, okay? KWM pin IIT 2021 A, okay? You need to set such a two type of the pin. Firstly, you need to assign the name in the whole system and using this pin. And then the attendance of this lecture, the course pin is different, okay?
Okay.
Do you understand the point?
Yeah.
We try. I want to enjoy the discussion with you. Okay, please come. Okay, is there any question?